Hamtech, welcome to my assembly of the CF140L cassette player. So we dismantled it and found that the rubber bands had broken and there was only one there. Now when I look at the cogs inside, it looks to me like there's actually two that go in there. You look here, you'll see a smaller cog underneath, just there, and then a larger one. And inside, or the other side, there's a wheel here. So I think there's two, although inside only one fell out. Now you can buy these, and I'll put a link in the description, these rubber things in packs. They're only about £4. You have to wait for them to come from China. So from that, we're going to try and choose the two that we think will work. And if we press the play button here, you'll see that everything's working. Everything is doing what it should do, which is good news. So let's see if we can get these bands on and get this thing back together. Okay, so we got one belt on there, look. Get some light here. And even though it's got two pulley sections, where a belt can sit, it looks like only one belt fell out, and that looks like it's doing the same job. I can't see. You got one pulley here and everything's turning. Okay, it's a bit tight. If it's too tight, it will slow it down. We can always put a bigger belt in, but if I put a second belt in, which is quite easy, I just put the second belt in like so, go over the big wheel, and then pull it over the, once you've got it over the right section, then pull it over the smaller wheel. And we'll have two belts in. I'm not sure that it needs it, but we'll see. I put the second belt on, it just feels worse. I'm going to take it off, put it together and just test it. It's moving quite nicely like that, so we'll turn it round and start to put this thing back in. Remember the screws here and here. A little bag of screws there. Now I made a video dismantling this, as you know, so hopefully we should get it back together okay. The long black screws, well, they're going to be for the case, so we'll put them aside. So then we're just focusing more now on these gold screws and the knobs. Remember, we've got this sort of thing here as well, the one across the top. So one of the screws goes through this metal case here as well, I believe. It's definitely held in place. And we've got 3 screws that go to 1, 2, 3. So we're going to get them in first, and it clips into there. That's 2 screws in, and the tip is really to lay it, when you fit them, lay it like that, and then put the screws in. Then gravity is on your side then. And before you put that one there on, you can put that into place. Like so. Looks like we've got another screw that goes here and then here. Okay, that's going to hold that into place, and then push it onto the gearing there. So you put it in place, you tuck in the little plastic thing, goes behind these cables, which eventually tuck as a place there that is designed to hold the sort of cables, the white cable and the grey cable here, this grey cable, white, so that you can plug it into there. screw in here and then screw in behind there, and I believe that's the threaded screw, because two of them are sort of taper type ones, but this one has got proper thread look. We're looking again, there is no screw here when I dismantled it. That's interesting. See where that screw ends up. Anyway, push that plug back in where it came from. That's in there. Just a quick one. See the grey cable? Before you put the housing on, remember to plug it in here, which is what I forgot to do, so I'll take the cover off again, but just goes in there. That's the grey cable. Okay. It's fine, because I was watching the old video that I made and I saw that that came off. Put that back. Like so. In there, just tuck it in behind these cables. Put it onto the gearing. There you are, that's gone in. You can clip the cables in. There's actually places for the cables to clip in, some plastic tabs here to hold them in place as well. There you go. Like so, and get the last couple of screws in. Probably test it now, really, see what happens. Right, we've got power to it. Let's press play. Still no joy. Something is turning. Right. Just need to be careful because you've got live power here. See if we can see something obvious. No joy at the moment. Nothing's turning. We've lent it forward. I'm just looking down there. Could be a band that goes in there. That could be the problem. That the second band went from the bottom motor upwards. Trying to shine light on this. It's quite hard to, but I got a feeling that's what's happening there. So another band there. There's our motor. We've got a screw here. Just a couple of clips on this side as far as I can see. It's just a bit awkward to get the band in behind there. It's a tiny little wheel in there. The band goes on and then it goes up to the larger wheel. Okay, so if we just undo that screw there, it does just lift off. That's good news. And it reveals that it's all sticky and just need to clean it up, but it does, can't see any actual damage. Cleaned it up, like someone tried to put some sort of masticky type glue there. But if you ever need a motor, there's a part number. Put that back on. Now I'll probably try and get the band in before I fix it properly. Yeah, I'm finding if you hang it from the top and then you can just clip it round there before you actually, you can grab the band and then pull it down and tighten it. It's not very, and that should do it. That did do it. Okay, so now you're starting to see two bands. I wondered how that went. So one band is in there. under the motor, and then it goes up, and the whole lot, of course, is powered by this motor. Whether these bands are good enough, who knows? But that's it. Let's put it back on, power it up. Okay, put our clips back there neatly. I feel like that screw there is the actual gold one, and what it is, when the front's on, the gold one here holds it, you know, from the inside, because there's a screw hole at the back there. This screw hole here has got an arrow. I feel like that's all holds it tight with the case, with the front housing. So let's put the power on and see if it at least turns now. Power on. We have play. So the front housing, the speaker will clip here. Let's put that back on. I've just realised we've got to put on this, but that's fine. It just clips in there. Do that now quickly. It's only one screw. But the speed seemed okay. I mean, you know, they don't make them like they used to, as they say, and the fact that this goes, you know, this is probably from the 80s. There's an appeal to that, isn't there? I think there is anyway. So it goes in like that. Okay, and then we tuck behind those cables there and just push it on there. Just pull them forward. Of course, we've just connected the power. Get that in there like so. Push the gearing on. Push the cables back in, put that screw in. Okay, that's in, and look, tuning forward and back. Seems okay. I did put it to the beginning before I dismantled it. So then it's just, let's get the front housing on. Connect the speaker. Like so. That's in there. Put the front housing. I'm hoping that the eject still works. I haven't really, you know, changed anything. So it just probably makes sense to let gravity work for us again. See if I can get that in there. There you go. That's sort of plonked in. Put a couple of screws in. Literally just fell into place, really. The gold screw went here. There's a screw behind the batteries. Can't really find anything for that, so that's gone. And then there's a hole here. That's our last screw. And that's not right for there. I tried it in here. It doesn't actually screw into anything unless the thread's gone. And the nice thing about this one is that it does have AC in, so we can, and we've got a battery compartment. That's good news. Right, we need to see if it ejects now. It's closed, so eject. Yeah, that's working. So we need to find a tape now. The radio works.
With sunny spells in between and highs of 11 to 13 Celsius. The first part of tonight will see.
Interesting. Look at the ham radio bands.
People, including 4 children, have been killed in Russia.
Probably work better outside this room. All these LED lights and stuff. Push play. I can hear it. And rewind. And it's still got the record if you press both. Let's go and get a tape. Okay, we've got a tape in. Let's press play. Get the volume up. See if we can hear anything. It's a very old storytelling tape. Okay. Well, it seems to work. It's not. I wouldn't say it sounds perfect, but it is old. These are old tapes. But if you go forward, that's spinning forward, and then rewind, doing its thing. Stop, play,
Francesca dreams about
and then pause. So yeah, it's working well.
close to her heart. Wish.
Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. It was interesting.
All over the world come to the gallery to make